Mail processing automation newbies. This video is for you. I have been a clerk for 2 years. I turned over 5 months ago. So this information that I'm about to give you was not googled or anything like that. This is based off of my experience, what I've seen, what I've been through, me, just my experience in a plant, okay, processing mail automation, MPC, PSC type deal. So if this video is for you, stay tuned. All right, I'm gonna get straight into it. I have a list up there, so if I'm looking up there, just don't mind that. So first off, you might want to get you some wristbands if you are new to lifting, pulling, and heavy this and dealing with heavy stuff and dragging the, if you're not used to that, you may need to invest in some wristbands. Even now when I'm working, sometimes my wrists get weak. I do keep my wristbands in my bag, so whenever I feel like that, I pop them on to steady my wrist. It is very important to be careful and take care of yourself on this job. Any pains, anything, do not take it lightly. You have to be able to do the job. So if you're having any pain and stuff like that, look into things that can help you on a day-to-day basis. Talking about that, a sleeve, they sell the sleeve for your arm to protect your arm from getting nicks and cuts. I cut my daughter tights. They work just the same. I don't wear them as often as I should. I'm still getting nicks and cuts, as you see. My skin is terrible with cuts. When I do get cut, like, it could be these are little scrapes. They're little tiny scrapes, but they scar as if it was like a deep wound, you know what I mean? So if you see that you're working and you've putting the mail into the trays, you're sweeping the mail into the trays, and you're continuously getting scraped up on your arm, you might want to look into some sleeve. You can find them on Amazon. You could cut your daughter's leggings. They work just the same. All right, protect yourself. Leather shoes, the proper footwear is very, very important because these things are heavy that you will be pushing and pulling. So you want to have proper shoes on. Just the other day, one of the racks rolled over my foot. It's a good thing I was wearing my leather sneakers, because if I was wearing one of my canvas sneakers, my toes would have been done. I couldn't call nobody because the first thing they do is check your footwear. So be careful, wear proper shoes. Nobody is saying you can't switch it up here and there, but make sure that your main sneakers or your shoes or boots for work is leather. These shoes could get very uncomfortable, so I would recommend getting insoles. Several of my shoes, because I wear like 4 pairs of shoes, I change it up very often. So in about 3 of them, I do have insoles inside. One of them, thankfully, is comfortable on their own, but your shoes, you'll be on your feet a lot. Your foot needs to be cushioned. It needs to be comfortable. Many a times I come home with the bottom of my foot like burning from the day's work. So be sure that you're wearing the proper footwear, which is leather, and also have them insoles in if you feel like the bottom of your foot feel like you're walking on plain ground. Next, when you're working, on the work floor, you're not going to be working with the same person all the time. You're going to switch up a lot, and you're gonna meet a lot of different work ethics as you move around your plant. Okay, pick up the good stuff and leave the bad stuff, because you're gonna be seeing people doing a bunch of keep it pushing. You're gonna learn different things along the way. People work differently. Many a times I work with people and I'll be like, okay, I see you, and I tried it and it worked for me. So pick up the good habits where you can, learn, and also respect, because there's gonna be regulars who've been there for 5, 10, 15 years, who've been working on the same machine for 5, 10, 15 years. You don't want to come in with your new self, because I've experienced this already. I've seen it, I've heard about it. You don't want to come in with your new self 1 or 2 months down and you want to play everything and you want to change up stuff on the people. No, you come in humble, you follow their lead, you know what I mean? You follow their lead. They do a certain thing a certain way. You kind of just follow your lead. Your day will go back by much faster, much smoother. Don't play you coming and trying to, ruffle some feathers. It's just relax. Just relax. And also when you are bending, because you will be doing a lot of bending, please try your best not to twist your body. I am still working on this because I have been doing that since I've started, and I've felt the effects on it on my body. It's not good. Try not to twist. If you pick up something here and you want to put it over there, try not to bend your body like this. Move your feet instead. Please move your feet. As long as you remember, try to bend from your knees. It don't look good, but it feels great, and your body is going to thank you. I forget to bend from my knees and on my back a lot, but when I remember, I squat. Okay, because it feels good, it's better for you, and everything like that. Also, please slow down. When I started, I was going crazy and it got me in trouble later on, and I'll touch on that in a little bit. But don't do your best. Care about your job, because I feel like if you don't care, that's when the lack of, it's just, you don't perform well when you don't care. Care about your job. It's your future, it's your life. Care about your job and do the best you can. You might come across a supervisor that's rushing you. Come on, because there is a number on the machine, the computer, you need to keep above, and they pressure you so hard. They pressure you so hard to keep above that number, but it is pretty impossible for a person who've never done automation before to come in and just, no. It takes time, it takes practice, and you will slowly build skill that would increase your performance on the job. So just ignore your supervisor. In this aspect, I just ignore your supervisor. They've been there. A lot of them started in automation the same way. They know that you'll be fumbly with the mail. They know you're gonna be slow. They know you're not gonna hit that mark within your first weeks or month or whatever. They know this, but they want to push how important it is for you to keep above that. So when you build a skill level, you will be able to hit that mark and higher. So don't get intimidated, don't get frustrated. Just, care about what you do, and it will show in your work. Also, don't be afraid to speak up for yourself. This is going back to me overworking. I have a very good work ethic, if I may say that myself, but sometimes I get taken advantage of because of it, and I do what I'm supposed to do. I'm where I'm supposed to be, when I'm supposed to be, and I just get the work done, period. So a lot of the times I am paired with people who, just to balance things off, who just not on that level too much, and it was weighing down on me because I had to approach one of my supervisors about it. So don't go to your supervisor all cranked up, cussing and getting on. No, go to them respectful. Hopefully you can get them privately and tell them how you feel. I had to be like, I feel like because of my work ethic, I'm being taken advantage of, and I'm overworking myself, and I really don't appreciate that. You understand? Most of them, 9 times out of 10, they'll hear you out. And you could, if you work with somebody a couple times and you'd be like, I really can't. You go to your supervisor. I really don't like working with so and so. I'd appreciate if you put me somewhere else, or whatever, with somebody else. So, just be respectful, be calm, and just speak up for yourself. It's okay. Most of the time they listen. So, speak up. If you feel like you're being taken advantage of, getting rubbed the wrong way or whatever, just go privately to your supervisor and it will be fine. All right. When you start in automation, when you start at basically most jobs, you have a probation period. For the plant is 3 months. My advice is not to miss any days within those 3 months. Try to be on time. A lot of this goes towards your furlough, and if you're going to get called back, you're probably going to get called back, but try to let your attendance be crisp, for the first 3 months, and also you bill up time. You get like 4 hours for every pay period. So you build up time with that as well. And your furlough is like 5 days off you get at the end of your year working at the post office. And sometimes some people get a letter saying, hey, don't come back. You know, you don't want to be that type of person receiving that letter. Show up for work, try to be on time, and also as a PSE, try to get that overtime in. All right, they usually call 2 to 4 hours overtime. If you're getting 4 hours overtime, you're probably worth like 3, you know. Especially if you don't have young kids and if you drive, get that overtime in. Get it in as a PSC, because when you turn over to a regular, the taxes go crazy. So that's my advice for PSCs when it comes to overtime. At least do 2 hours every time they call it, or maybe 3 times out of the 5 days. Just try to do it as often as you can, especially if you don't have young kids and especially if you drive. Get that overtime in. Get that money. You feel me? Get that money. Get that money. The last thing I want to touch on, and hopefully you're still here. The last thing I want to touch on is do not get mixy. I'm talking to you guys as well, because you guys get real mixy too. Don't get mixy. I'm a person who, I'm pretty much by myself, solo dolo, me, myself, and I. You know, I say hi to people. I talk little talk here and there to people, but most of the times I am by myself. I don't hang out in a crowd. I eat lunch by myself. All of those things, it could come off good, and most of the times it comes off kind of bad. But because some people could, you know, come down on you or watch you because you come off like unfriendly maybe, or you know, you feel you're better than, and all of these things. I've been dealing with that all my life. Different topic. But if you're a person who is a people person, you do well in crowds and you have a large group of friends, people flock to you and all of these things, just, and this is toxic people, we ain't talking to you guys, because y'all just feed off of the mixy. But for the rest of it, just, I'm back. Okay, so yeah, do not get mixy. Try not to talk your business too much, because you're gonna meet people that you're gonna get close to, but try not to talk your personal business too much. Don't talk other people's business if they confide in you. Don't bad talk people behind their back, because the post office could get very, very mixy and very toxic. It's a place that you're going to spend a lot of time, and you want that place to be peaceful and calm and your day to run smooth. So please just focus on your job, do your best, care about what you do, and you will be all right. So I hope this video was helpful. If I left anything out, please feel free to leave a question or comment in the comment section, and I will get back to you guys. And yeah, thank you for watching. See you in my next video. Later, Jays.